Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and as you can see, we're down in the basement today because it is quite cold out in Meldrum's Monster Garage. It's been dipping down to around, I don't know, between 0 and 18 degrees lately, and the furnace doesn't do a real good job of keeping up when it gets really down below 0 out in Meldrum's Monster Garage. So I grabbed a small little project to work on this morning just to make some progress, and as you guys can see, this is the cap for the reservoir where the fluid is contained for your brakes. Okay, it's right in front of the brake booster, and I put a brand new brake booster on there. So this piece that's all grimy and pitted and probably original to the car doesn't look very good anymore, and it's not going to clean up because there's just too much corrosion and pitting on it. So I went ahead and purchased a new one from Parts Place, and this is pretty much pretty close to being an exact duplicate. I don't know, there seems to be a little more text on this one than this one. But anyway, it'll work out quite nicely. And as you can see, when I took the cap off, this rubber boot had come down into the reservoir. Now, that's an indication that your fluid level is too low. And what this rubber boot is trying to do, it's trying to fill the void or fill the volume where the fluid was, okay, to make sure you're still getting brake fluid down into the tubes when you press on the brake pedal. Okay, so normally this is all the way back in like this, and there's enough brake fluid in the system. The reservoir is all the way to the top. That'll stay there. But anyway, the brake fluid looked really dirty, so we will get that brake fluid out of there, and we will get some new brake fluid in there, and we'll change this cap out. Now, the brakes were working fine on this car, so hopefully they'll work fine when we get back in the car. But it should be pretty easy to take apart. We got some little I don't know what you call it, conical tabs that will push up through the holes here. Okay, and yeah, let's take care of that real quick. I thought this was going to be a bitch to take apart, but it's not. They're just I'm just pulling it out, and they're snapping off, and we'll get this out of here in no time, and you'll be able to see it. Okay, so it looks like it's got about 6 tabs that hold it in. Now it's pretty grimy and dirty, and I'm gonna go wash it off, and you can see that this is kind of grimy and dirty, but I don't know, we'll hang on to this. Maybe we'll get it replated someday. So all right, there you go. I took this and used a little Dawn dishwashing soap, and just basically clean this all up. I noticed a little bit of pitting on the top side, but that's something you don't need to worry about because it's not sealing on the top side. You need this seal around here basically to make sure there's nothing left on there. So pretty easy to put it back together. Of course, you're just gonna put it back in there, easy peasy. Of course, you're not gonna put it upside down. It's easy to know what side's upside down because it says right on here, fluid side. Right on there, it's imprinted on there, and of course the little tabs are going to go on the top, and you don't want to flip this around either. You want the bigger piston to go towards the bigger side here. So anyway, I know this is just a simple little thing, but it really is a lot of little tiny projects to basically do this rustification on these cars. And sometimes you can save yourself a buck by just buying this cap and not buying the rubber seal there. So that's what we did in this case. I thought that the rubber seal would be okay, and sure enough it was. So hey, there you go. Just in the few seconds talking to you, it came through. All the little tabs were all sealed up on the bottom. We'll make sure, let's get it looking nice there. There we go. It's all set to go back into the car, and yeah, we'll get some fresh fluid in there and we'll be in good shape. So that's your quick little tip today. See ya. Well, I did get looking a little closer at this, and I was saying earlier that it didn't have all the imprints like General Motors and warning filler, but it's all on the new one. It's all on the old one. Exact reproduction. So that's good to know. And hey, another thing is Robert Hoff, thank you for the nice little note you sent me. I sent you that book on how to restore 70 Chevelles by Dale McIntosh with a lot of input from Rick Nelson. So he liked that book, and he sent me a few pictures of his 70 Chevelle that we'll show you here in the credits here. But don't forget, like, subscribe. Meldrum's Monster Garage on its way to 1,000 viewers. See ya! So like I said, it's a little too cold to work outside today, so Meldrum's Monster Garage is going towards some interior parts. So these are your armrests in this 72 Chevelle convertible, and as you can see, they're dirty, they're faded, you can see some cracks on the top here, and that's just not going to fly. So 3 screws to take this off the car, and then there's another couple screws here that hold the pad on. And I've already tried one of these, and I bought brand new units here, so they're nice and clean and white and whatnot. And I bought a little material, okay, and I already tried one of these out. Here's the old material. It's just glued on, so it's pretty easy to strip off of there. And I bought some new material, which is very similar. Hey, I got this on Amazon, and it's got about the same texture as the other one. It's just a vinyl material. Tried to cut it in the same shape. And my first go around, this was my first unit. And as you can see, I got it pulled nice and tight. But you can see I was a little short here. So, hey, this is cheap material. I bought enough to screw up, and I'll take this off. And I'm using a hot glue gun to basically stretch it and push it on there. So, yeah, let's give this another shot, and maybe we'll make a better one. So I took the other piece off, and here's what it looks like. You know, and it's, like I say, it's just wrapped around there. Can kind of see how it goes. And remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I found an extra screw in the car on the floor that fit in the convertible top, and it was just an extra screw. But there's only 2 screws that hold this thing on, and so I took the 2 screws off. Okay, I don't know if, there you go, I can see them, and another screw, same screw rolled out. So now I got an extra screw. So basically what I'm using for this is just a hot glue gun with some hot glue cartridges in there. And here's the back of it, and you're basically stretching it around. You're stretching it around, pushing it down, and let the glue take a set, and then you're set to go. Now, I'm wearing a glove to kind of protect my thumb because it gets pretty hot. You could burn your thumb. Kind of gives you a little protection. So that's how I went about doing this. Now, this is the one I didn't like, so I'm just going to take it apart, and I can see right here the glue wasn't sticking real good. So I'll basically stretch it in there and then re-glue it. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll take the whole piece off and start over. All right, so there you go. You're a little stretching and moving around to the fabric, and you got it around there. 2 screws hold it together on the back. My first trial wasn't so great, but the nice thing about this, you can see it's not holding down there. But the nice thing about this is it's just glued on, so we'll just take it off, and the fabric's pretty cheap, and we'll try it again.